Annie encountered a little boy named Gray in the park, who nearly got hit by a car. She instinctively rushed over and pulled him out of harm's way. Gray's mother mistakenly thought Annie wanted to be a nanny because her name sounded similar to that of a nanny, so she handed Annie a business card and invited her to come work at her house. Although Annie graduated from Harvard and initially planned to decline the job, she eventually agreed due to her struggles in finding a suitable job. When Annie first walked into her employer's house, she was shocked by the luxury around her. It was a 500 square meter mansion, filled with imported furniture. The walk-in closet walls were stacked with all kinds of designer high heels. The high-end mattress and massage bathtub made her envious, but none of it had anything to do with her, because the lady specifically instructed her to stay in designated areas only. Her nanny room was small and shabby, and the only thing she could use was the noisy washing machine. As soon as she entered the house, she was given a thick nanny handbook. It was filled with all sorts of strict rules. No touching the walls, no riding the subway, and she had to help the child practice French 3 times a week. The child could only eat high-protein food, and any cheap snacks were forbidden. Faced with these harsh demands, Annie felt helpless. On her first day picking up the child, she ran into trouble. Gray cried and wanted to find his old nanny, and Annie struggled greatly to bring him back home. But then the child suddenly ran off and locked himself in a room. At that moment she ran into Paul, who also graduated from Harvard. Paul took the initiative to help and called Gray out of the room. Annie felt a slight attraction to Paul, but the employer had clearly prohibited nannies from dating. She had to suppress these feelings within herself. To get Gray to accept her, Annie did many things that his mother wouldn't allow. She took Gray to eat street-side shaved ice, and even took him on the subway to a museum in a poorer area. But soon, Annie faced a new challenge. She was supposed to be resting, but the lady dragged her to a nanny's meeting. At the meeting, the other ladies openly discussed the shortcomings of their nannies, and all the nannies could do was keep their heads down in silence. When it was Annie's turn to speak, she gathered her courage and asked for a day off. The other ladies didn't respond, and Gray's mother agreed on the surface. But after the meeting ended, she was clearly unhappy, seeming to think that Annie had embarrassed her.